Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And with lots of the schedule remaining, Clark, what are you looking for tonight?
You know, Kevin, at this point of the season, I think you begin to see how and who these coaches want to play in their rotations. And I think it's critical that you have a secure, anchored identity as a team.
Here's Peeler. Pass to Brandon. Here's Peeler. He's covered by Anderson. Lets it go from 11. Here's Brandon. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound. Now, here is Barkley. Kicks it out to Olajuwon. Houston moving it around. Barkley with a screen on Smith. The three from Anderson. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Now, here's Anderson. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Barkley. Over Garnett. Shots good by Barkley.
More design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Here's Brandon. He had a 12-point outing in their last game again.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Minnesota. Olajuwon passes to Williams. Garnett grabs the board. For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Peeler. Here's Garnett, and it's slammed in by Garnett.
And the arms of Garnett go on forever, and that length makes him a problem on the offensive glass.
Barkley outside. Screen by Barkley. Here's Anderson. And good from Barkley on the assist by Anderson. Barkley's got his second basket.
The D must be better, or else he'll continue to hurt him down low.
Pass to Peeler. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Garnett. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know, KG's an insanely long player, and that length allows him to bait defenders into contact and to finish through it.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. Guys, I don't think there's any doubt that the work he's put in practicing free throw shooting has paid off. I mean, he's made nice strides in getting those shooting percentage numbers up.
The free throw drops for Garnett.
Really hard not to respect the tremendous impact Garnett has on both ends of the floor. He plays with tremendous intensity in all situations and never gives you less than 100% effort.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Anderson outside. Fires for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Brandon. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Boy, Olajuwon is a ferocious defender and rim protector. Really excels at slapping shots away.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Peeler. He can't get that one. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for the Rockets. Barkley outside. Screen by Barkley. Anderson passes to Barkley. Can't hit from in close. Timberwolves shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Here's Brandon. Garnett, the screen. Shakes him. Brandon's shot is off. Rockets shooting 43% since taking the floor today.
Terrell Brandon. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Anderson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Screen by Barkley. Here's Francis. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Pass to Brandon. Back to Smith. Here's Brandon. Here's Garnett. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And the basket good by Barkley.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Timberwolves trail. Brandon the pass to Peeler. Smith right side. Over Olajuwon. Nice shot by Smith.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
The Rockets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Francis. Nothing on the board. Barkley right side. 6 to shoot. Pulls up. Anderson's shot is off.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Pass to Brandon. Garnett, the screen. Shot from the wing. Brandon's shot is off.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Such a wide open look. Anderson's got 6 points.
Oh, man. Great vision.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Peeler. It's Garnett on the wing. Defended by Barkley. And that one drops.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Anderson outside. Now Barkley. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Garnett. It's been a little while since they've been in the lead.
And that's why this is such an important possession for them.
Pass to Sealy. Garnett surveying the defense. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Hey, anytime you're guarding Garnett inside, expect a certain level of physicality.
Olajuwon with it. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Barkley. Over Garnett. And the basket good by Barkley. 8 points for him.
Smart play, capitalizing close at the rim.
Brandon, the pass to Garnett. Inside. Here's Smith. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Joe Smith playing in name but not in game. Doing a nice job that time to draw the foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, Smith is very capable of playing both forward spots as well as the center position. And the importance of that kind of versatility, boy, you can't underestimate it.
Rodgers checked in for Olajuwon. Garrett, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Here's Barkley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Did enough down low to force the defender into a foul. Nice work inside.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws of this quarter.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Shoot 2.
That free throw, no good. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Nesterovic is checked in. And he sinks the second. Here's Brandon. Smith outside. Pass to Peeler. Rodgers pulls it in.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Out to the right wing. Teardrop shot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Here's Peeler. Pass to Brandon. It drops for his second made shot of this game. An unimpressive 2 of 7, though. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Williams. Scoreless thus far. Barkley with it. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Smith. Pass to Brandon. Screen by Smith. Fires from the wing. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Rockets trail. Barkley outside. Williams looking over the floor. A 3 from Anderson. Nesterovic with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Smith the pass to Brandon. Here's Nesterovic. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Here's Smith. Excellent D there from Williams. And for Houston, they're shooting just 35% to start the game. Anderson passes to Francis. Now Barkley. Over Nesterovic. And it's Barkley missing. And there's a minute 45 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Seeley. He's covered by Anderson. Seeley passes to Peeler. They get it back. Here's Smith. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Smith's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Pass to Francis. There's 1:17 left to play here in the first. Now, here is Barkley. Houston needs to get a shot off. Williams for 3. Rebound by Smith. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Brandon. Guarded by Rogers. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, Brandon goes about his business in a very quiet way, but he always gets the job done. He never calls attention to himself, never gets flustered. There's a calmness to his game that you have to admire.
And the first one drops. A new lineup here for Houston. Both shots good from the stripe.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Olajuwon, no luck. Timberwolves leading by 3. Lob pass to Garnett. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
A specialty of KG's, the lob slam.
The Rockets shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Pass to Massenberg. Here's Mobley. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Brandon. It's Garnett on the wing over Massenberg. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Timberwolves lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Here's Drew after the basket by Minnesota. Olajuwon on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Mobley outside. Over Serbiak. Mobley misses. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Minnesota. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Garnett outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, the length KG has creates problems for defenders, which is why they often foul him inside.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Free
throw good, Garnett.
You look across the league, So many games are won or lost at the foul line.
Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Drew. Still without a basket. They get it again. Olajuwon. And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Hey, it's inexcusable not putting a body on the key. I mean, you deserve to get cooked when you don't do that.
Pass to Garnett. Over Massenberg. The Rockets pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
And, you know, that's a big part of how they attack and win, getting it going from the three-point line. But at the end of the day, it didn't happen.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, on the floor, Keem just doesn't have a physical advantage. He's also very mentally tough. He brings a lot of focus to his game.
He's off on the second. Timberwolves leading by 4. Mitchell passes to Garnett. And it's Garnett finishing it off.
KG taking no prisoners and dropping the hammer down. Well, what a nice throwdown by Kevin Garnett.
Here's Drew. No scoring in this one. Pass to Rogers. At the elbow, Olajuwon. The Rockets with another miss. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And here's Jackson. The 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And how about the concentration on that jumper? It was just him, the ball, and the hoop.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Massenberg. There's the pick. Here's Mobley. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Minnesota.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, I can't name a team that's going to find a way to win shooting like that. I mean, they never had a chance with the touch they had that night.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Massenberg. Still yet to score. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Outside Jackson, and there's the drive. Olajuwon with the block. Mobley outside. Pass to Drew. Back to Mobley. And he lays it straight in. Mobley's got 6 points. Timberwolves leading by 5. Outside Jackson. There's the drive. Goes back up. Olajuwon with the block. And they'll keep possession. Rockets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. A nice shot by Mobley. Now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here is Serbia. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Jackson kicks to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Serbia. Launches a 3. The shot will not fall. Rockets have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. To the wing right side. To the middle. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Great size and scoring ability. Hakeem, a tough assignment defensively. Drawing whistles, drawing fouls, nothing new for him.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
Tell you what, they have outworked the opposition and have capitalized on the putbacks. Bagging their own groceries tonight, boys.
And it's tied up with that one. Minnesota shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Jackson passes to Garnett. Fades. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 21 points for Garnett.
You know, the mid-range J of Garnett is a thing of beauty. Textbook release from the big man.
Pass to Francis. Beyond the arc. The Rockets with another miss. It's a close game here in Houston. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Garnett is doubled. Jackson has the open look. Keeps it alive. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Just putting on the hard hat and going to work. Getting buckets is what KG does.
The Rockets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Now here's Williams. He has yet to score. Pass to Olajuwon. Minnesota with the rebound. Smith's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Peeler. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Serbiak passes to Smith. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Smith shoots such a solid percentage from the floor because he doesn't take bad shots. He typically takes good ones.
Timeout called the Rockets. Barkley is checked in for Houston. Anderson comes in for Drew. Minnesota making a switch here. Anderson dishes to Olajuwon. Drives to the hoop. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Good free work on the boards that time by Joe Smith. Got the offensive rebound and then went right back up with it.
Francis passes to Anderson. Outside, Olajuwon. Shot to stop the run. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Brandon. Garnett with it. He's got 23. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That free throw missing. Houston making a switch here. Rogers is checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Hammonds checks in. And the second free throw, good. Here's Francis. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Rogers to the right side. There's a good screen. Anderson passes to Rogers. Good work defensively by Smith. Timberwolves leading by 9. Here's Brandon. Back to Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Clock at 4. Here's Brandon. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Rockets are gone. 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Here's Francis, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Patterson, he's checked in for Hammonds. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
I think it's a point of emphasis for this coach, getting to the line where you can pile up some freebies and set your defense.
Here's Brandon. 6 points for him.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Barkley. Here's Brandon. Pass to Seeley. And here's Smith, guarded by Rogers. The jump hook. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Anderson. Rebound, Minnesota. Smith's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Pass to Brandon. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Peeler. No good with the triple. Now, here is Barkley. Not a lot of room. Here's Williams. Rogers passes to Barkley. Outside Williams. Right wing. Pass to Barkley. Shoots over Patterson. Offensive rebound. Rogers can't make the basket. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 13-3 run. Peeler passes to Brandon. Here's Peeler. Smith inside, over Francis. Rogers pulls it in. Rogers has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Francis. Back to Williams. .115 left now here in the second. Kept alive. Rogers. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Just a good job following the play, not giving up on it and being ready to make a play of his own.
Here's Peeler. Pass to Smith. Over Rogers. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They've got to tighten it up.
Now here's Anderson. He has 6. Here's Barkley. Drops it in from 11 feet. Barkley's got 13 points. Timberwolves leading by 8. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Out left to the wing. Here's Brandon. It's rebounded by Houston. Francis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the inside. Here's Barkley. Bank shot. No good. And so that's the end of the first half. Timberwolves ahead, up 8. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been a clinic from Kevin Garnett.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Brandon, the pass to Garnett. To the paint. Puts it up from 7, and it's finished off inside by Smith. 14 points for Smith.
You know, his passing ability might be the most overlooked part of his game. Garnett has really good court vision, especially for a guy that plays his position.
Now, here's Olajuwon. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. He's got 10.
Hey, it takes more than contact to stop Olajuwon inside. He stays strong through contact and gets the finish.
Inside. Here's Garnett. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Rockets trail by 8. Olajuwon, the pass to Francis. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Olajuwon against Smith. Shot clock at 5. Smith with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
KG, that's good. Garnett's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves.
Garnett very comfortable close to the basket now. He's efficient as a low block scorer.
Anderson outside. To the left wing. Back to Barkley. Pass to Francis. The 3. The rebound by Garnett. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Brandon. Here's Peeler. Scoreless thus far. Hakeem Olajuwon with the rebound. Olajuwon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now here's Williams. Defense right on him. And Anderson slams it in.
strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Now here's Garnett. He's got 25.
Garnett's length is incredible, makes him so hard to match up against.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Kevin Garnett, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. That one is no good. Rockets trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Olajuwon deciding where to go with it over Smith. Olajuwon, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Count that bucket. Seeley's got his first basket of the night.
You know, Garnett is a willing passer, especially when one of his guys has a clean look.
Timeout called for Rockets. Look at Kevin Garnett. What a contribution.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Here is Anderson. He's got 8. Pass to Francis. Back to Anderson. Smith against Olajuwon. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here is Barkley. And here's Anderson for 3. Another miss by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Minnesota leading by 11, and it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Pass to Anderson. Bangs home the trifecta. Anderson's got 5 points in the quarter.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Peeler. Driving in.
Rockets foul. Barkley. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Seeley. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the shot is good from Garnett.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Minnesota leading by 10. Here's Peeler, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
You know, something else that stood out to me is the fact that they continued to force it inside. They were intentional about getting that ball in the paint, and they were looking to score whenever possible in the post.
And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. Rockets trail by 12. Anderson outside. Garnett against Barkley. Back to Anderson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Francis. There's the triple. They get it back. Out to Barkley. From the arc. Tries yet again. Olajuwon's shot is good. Olajuwon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Here's Peeler. Garnett, right side. Shoots over Barkley. Another miss by Minnesota.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Pass to Francis with the shot. Minnesota with the rebound.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Here's Brandon. He has 6. Shot clock at 6. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Garnett misses. Rockets trail by 10. Pass to Francis. Back to Barkley. The hook. And the shot goes in. Barkley's got 15.
You know, you don't get to see the hook shot too often these days. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Nice to see a guy go back to the future with the hook.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. Drew's checked in for Anderson. Timberwolves leading by 8. Brandon, the pass to Peeler. Garnett against Barkley. The jump hook, and Garnett puts it in. Garnett's got 7 points for the quarter.
It's basically been
Here's Drew. Nothing on the board. Pass to Francis. There's the three. Minnesota with the rebound. Garnett's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Peeler's shot is off.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Drew, guarded by Garnett. Screened by Barkley. There's Williams with the three. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
looking to stretch things out and using an accurate shot to do so.
Pass to Peeler. Fires from deep. Rebound by Williams. Gets trailed by 7. Here's Drew. Outside, Olajuwon. On the wing, Williams. Guarded by Serbiak. Barkley down low. Working on Smith. Kept alive. Goes up again, and it's good on the way up. Barkley's got 17.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
Garnett, the screen. Goes up on the wing, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 7. And for Houston, they're shooting 37% so far in the third quarter, and they're not satisfied with this lack of offensive execution.
What a great job keeping his head on a swivel and finding his teammate.
Here's Brandon, following the score by Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's Peeler. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Timberwolves. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season. And, of course, Houston, 3 games behind.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing, which perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nesterovic is checked in, and it's Mitchell in for Kevin Garnett. Here's Drew, still without a basket. Down low. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
Here's Brandon. 8 points for him. Pass to Serbiak over Barkley, and the basket by Serbiak.
Good job getting a nice look on that jumper there.
Here's Drew, trailing by 5. Screen by Barkley. Shot from 12. Drew misses.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Brandon over Drew. The rebound by Massenberg. 1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Drew. Here's Francis. Out to the right wing. Rodgers passes to Barkley. 5 on the clock over Serbiak. That one off the back iron and out.
I don't know how that one doesn't go in. Nice cushion between him and the defender.
The tray. Barkley grabs the board. Barkley's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Out to the right wing. We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. Another miss by Houston.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
Here's Brandon. He's got 8. At the elbow, it's Mitchell. Pass to Peeler. Jacks up a 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Peeler's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Massenberg. Still yet to score. Double team on Barkley. Makes it off the glass.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
24 seconds left to play in the third. Rockets trail by 6. Pass to Drew. To the middle. Out left to the wing. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Rockets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Mobley outside. Fires the 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Nice recognition of the closing defender. Got it away there in a hurry.
Here's Serbiak. It's Garnett on the wing. "13 feet away. Rodgers pulls it in. Rockets trail by 3. Mobley, the pass to Olajuwon. Count it.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Nesmanovic. Pass to Serbiak. Right side Jackson shoots. Rodgers pulls it in. Rodgers has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Into the lane. Through. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Timberwolves shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. On the wing, Mitchell. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Rodgers passes to Olajuwon. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Pass to Garnett. Over Massenberg. Got a hand on it.
Showing no mercy at the defensive end.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Kevin Garnett. At the line for 1.
The free throw good from Kevin Garnett. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Drew. Here's Massenberg. to Olajuwon. Over to the wing. Here's Drew, guarded by Jackson. Drew gets the bucket.
The name of the game, put the ball in the basket. Nice job doing exactly that.
Jackson looking around. Here's Serbiak. The rebound by Massenberg. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Mobley. The rebound by Garnett. Now Jackson. Garnett outside. Garnett the screen. Pass to Nesterovic. On the wing, Jackson. Plays it up and banks it in.
Strong play down low. He's not afraid to get a few bruises.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Jackson. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Off with the layup. And for the Rockets, they're shooting a meager 37% for the game. The putback. Rebound, Minnesota. Garnett's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Serbiak. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
And how about his awareness there, recognizing the open man.
Here's Drew. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Massenberg. Here's Drew. Here's Francis. Here's Mobley. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbow. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
Here's Drew. Olajuwon on the wing. And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
Boy, that's so difficult to stop. Once Olajuwon gets near the rim, you got to be ready for him to rise up and throw it down.
Jackson passes to Peeler. Drives to the hoop. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Burned him, and he said, see you later.
Rockets trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Olajuwon on the wing. Pass to Serbiak. Moving it up. And that one is good. And that's now 35 points for Kevin Garnett.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Here's Francis from the wing. And he can't bank that one in. Left side Jackson. Three-pointer. Peeler's shot is off.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And they pick up 2. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Minnesota. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Nesterovic passes to Peeler. And here we go. Fast break. Mobley's got it. Here's Olajuwon. Minnesota with the rebound. Nesterovic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Over to the left wing. Here's Serbiak. And again, Minnesota will turn it over.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Francis. Pass to Olajuwon. Over Smith. And the rejection by Smith. Here's Brandon. Out to Smith. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Olajuwon's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell.
Substitution. Number 1, Anthony Peeler.
Here's Francis. Outside Williams. The shot comes out. Smith with the defensive effort. And he drives in. Sealy, that's good.
Taking off the moment he sees his opening. That's an opportunistic play there.
Rockets trail by 11. Here's Francis. Anderson wide open. A three-pointer, no good.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Sealy passes to Peeler. Here's Smith. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Smith's got the lead up to 13 now for Minnesota.
And Smith's teammates love when he's firing with confidence. They encourage him to take those shots.
To the wing on the left. Anderson up top. Here's Barkley. Misses the three. Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's Francis. Pass to Anderson. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Garnett. Great positioning on the putback.
Somebody better tell these guys blocking out. That's KG.
Here's Francis. Here's Olajuwon. On the wing, Williams. Pass to Barkley. Deflects the pass. Kevin Garnett with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Garnett with the slam.
Garnett capping off the break nicely. They're always in the right place.
Rockets trail by 17. Barkley outside. Garnett with the steal. And pushing it up is Minnesota. The Timberwolves again in transition. Took him no time at all on that one.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Timeout called. Rockets. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, on both ends of the floor, Kevin. They've lost some confidence along the way.
Olajuwon kicks to Williams. Pass to Barkley. Here's Francis. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Now, here is Smith. Good, it's Garnett with the assist that time. Garnett's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Rockets trail by 21. Here's Francis. Pass to Anderson. Garnett against Barkley. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Minnesota shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Here's Brandon. Now Smith. He's guarded by Olajuwon. Just 4 to shoot. Peeler's shot is off. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Anderson outside. Shoots the three. Drills the three-pointer.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kevin Garnett.
Boy, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
And it's Anderson with the ball for the Rockets. Down by 15. From deep. The rebound by Garnett. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the paint, here's Smith, and Smith with the stuff.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.